So the first workshop that I attended was with Simone Eunice, who works in careers at ACPE. She had a presentation on LinkedIn. So firstly, she told us what LinkedIn was, and I already knew what LinkedIn was. I just wasn't aware of how important the actual application is in the business world. She emphasized on how to build a strong profile, how to build a strong network, and how to use LinkedIn as a job search tool. As I was already well aware of LinkedIn, but I wasn't too sure about the importance of LinkedIn, although my lecturer Ryan Buckman emphasized the importance of it. I wasn't sure on how important the actual profile photo was. Firstly, the profile photo is something that everyone sees on LinkedIn first when they click on your profile or they see your name pop up for a possible connection. My photo originally was not a professional photo, it was just a casual photo, something that you would use on Facebook, for example. So, after the workshop with Simone and from my lecturer Ryan, he told me that the profile photo needs to be changed to something more professional. So, I listened to the advice of Simone and Ryan and changed my profile photo to something that was in a button up and smart casual, something that you would wear to work in this particular field. The professionalism through the profile photo then leads to other professionalism type scenarios. So on LinkedIn, you can possibly connect with somebody and then meet up with them for a coffee. So the way you present yourself and the way you communicate yourself to certain people will show the type of person you are in this business industry. Because of the business industry is so small and word of mouth is a really great tool as well. So you have to dress nicely, nice and professional, and the way you speak and communicate to people has to be nice and considerate. Don't be. I learnt by Simone that you don't have to be too fake or come across as someone that's demanding or come across as somebody that's too keen. Just sit back, relax, take it as it comes. So overall, I'd just like to state that this type of presentation was really helpful for me to create my LinkedIn account and to get it to the best possible way I could to present myself in this business industry. The second workshop that I attended was with GWS, which is an AFL team that competes in the top tier league in Australia. We were lucky enough to go on the tour hosted by Sarah and Mel. Sarah and Mel actually guided us around the GWS facilities. They showed us what they do on a day to day basis within the office and also what the players do on a day to day basis with training, what they do after training, rehab, where they actually go after training and hang out with in the common room, what they have to eat after training also. But what I took on board mostly was the importance of an internship. Sarah and Mel emphasize on the importance of if you do ever get the opportunity to work in this field and get the internship, then do not just go through the motions, take it as a real job and try to get the job once the internship finishes. Some people that do get the internship can be there for as long as 6 to 12 months and still not even get the job. However, it will be very good on your resume if you do work in a particular field like this and want to step foot in this business industry. Another thing I learned was when you do potentially get the job offer, you're not going to start up the top. You're going to have to work your way from the bottom to the top. And then if you do put in the hard work, then you'll get a promotion and then a promotion and a promotion after a certain amount of years, like Sarah and Mel both have done. But if you do work hard, you will then become successful. And once you are working in this particular field in the sporting industry, it is very rewarding. And once you do get the job and step foot into the field, then it's a small circle. So word of mouth will then let other people know that you are either a good worker or a bad worker. So when you do when you are doing, like, for example, an internship, you want to make a good impression when you're first starting off. My internship was with AFL New South Wales, and it was a mandatory 40 hours that I completed. Adam Clough was the New South Wales area local manager in facilities who was looking after me while my time at AFL New South Wales. The internship overall has been a very good experience for me because it's the first type of internship I've ever done in this particular field. I went into this with no experience at all, but with this subject that about to complete with my lecturer Ryan Buckman, he has prepared us to go into the internship with confidence, and we practiced with certain scenarios which allowed me to initially go in there with a little bit of confidence, because at first I was a little bit weary and nervous, but I overcome all my obstacles and I feel like I've come out with a lot more skills. So when I initially started the internship, Adam Clough gave us a list of requirements that we need to do before we finish the internship. And the first thing that had given us was a spreadsheet of about 30 fields, potential fields to put AFL content on in. So we had to research these particular fields, see who was using the fields, what time, and if there was any available spaces to put any type of AFL content on, only using the internet sources. So we were not allowed to contact the actual council, or if it was a private owned field, we were not allowed to contact them either. So we were just allowed to use internet only. So it was pretty difficult, and Adam Clough was was obviously well aware it's pretty difficult to find out all the information just off the internet, because when people are training on these particular fields, they don't sometimes put that information on the internet. It's more private, but we got as much information as we could, and Adam was very impressed with that. Another skill that I acquired over this time working there was definitely my time management skills. Every task that was given to me, I made sure that I was presented to Adam Clough on time, or if not, even before the allocated time, because I just wanted to make the right impression, because it was my first internship and wanted to step foot into this industry with a positive note. Once Theo and I had completed all the extensive research into the fields, we had to come up with the top 10 recommendations and put it into a PowerPoint presentation, and then present that to Adam Clough and his team, which consisted of Simon Wilson, who is the facilities manager, who's in charge of the whole facilities team, Matthew Bajan, and David Lawson, who also work in facilities. Once we had prepared the presentation of the top 10 recommendation facilities that we thought were the best suited for AFL New South Wales to put content on these particular fields, we were very well prepared with this presentation, and we were confident going into the presentation because we had practiced and practiced and practiced, and we had been researching these fields, so we knew all the ins and outs. So whatever questions the team had to ask us, we went into great detail and depth in all the answers. So it wasn't like the normal university presentation that we usually do when there's a teacher there marking you. You're really nervous. We walked into the boardroom, and it was really relaxed and laid back. We we communicated well before the presentation, shook everyone's hand. They were making jokes, we made jokes back, so it was cleared air, and it was just a really good environment to be in. So once we did present, they would stop, they would ask us questions, and because we were really well prepared, we answered every single question they asked us in great depth, and we could tell that they were very impressed, because after the presentation was done, they sat us aside and said, "Look, we're really impressed. Thank you so much, guys, for all your time and effort here. We know it's hard, and sometimes the content is very dry, but you have impressed us really much. And once this is finished with ACPE, your university, we want you to continue on your own terms. And next year, we're looking for a couple new heads in the office. So you will be first priority to potentially get the job if you continue to work like how you've been working and impressing us more and more. And they thanked us again, and then we got another email from them just in regards to how good our presentation was, and our 40 hours all up was very good. So overall, this 40-hour internship with AFL, I would just like to say that it's been such a great experience. From the first day I went there, the people in the office were really welcoming. They made me feel really comfortable, as like I said before, I've never been into this particular field before, and it is what I want to work in. So this internship has increased my skills, increased my knowledge. It's given me better communication skills. I've felt like I've been able to build and connect with people to build relationships. I've overall bettered my presentation skills, and I feel like coming out of this internship, I've become more confident in speaking to people in the workforce. However, before this, I felt like I would have been coming into this field a little bit nervous and hesitant to ask questions and just little things like that. And now I feel like I can lift my head high, even if I don't come out with a job. I feel like these skills have prepared me for any other type of job opportunity in the future.